The elusive chanteuse, aka Miss Mariah Carey, Lambile, Mimi, was in the Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and she revealed why, the Rihanna'S tattoo on her breast took a little bit of time, and also why she doesn't dance in videos as people thought she should have been dancing all through her career. She reveals it was quite a traumatizing thing that when she started her career, she never signed up for it as well. And also people were also reacting from the honey video, sugar sugar. She looked a little bit uncomfortable and just not in posture, but here she explains why she doesn't dance. Let's listen to it.
So when you're singing your ass off, you can't be dancing like crazy.
From when I first started, I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because really, I have no idea what this dancing thing is.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, and I still don't. So,
Right.
But there's moments when there's little moments in the honey video or
Yeah.
heartbreak, little stuff. It's no Gingers and Rogers.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Rogers.
Yes.
But it's just something I was never taught, and I
Right.
was kind of traumatized about as a kid. It's all in the book.
Yes, it
They
is.
can get it.
Well, one thing about some of this, I'd say, former, I don't know if, can we say Mariah Carey is a former? Because I believe for her, she's still relevant, and, she's been on some sort of a media tour of some sorts, from podcasts to talk shows to, television shows, live and both recorded and whatnot. Her legacy, I believe, is iconic, legendary, and she's still the moment. One thing about, I'll say, icons who, let's say the names of likes of Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. I don't know if Beyonce is still on that list, because her vocal, if you're to contrast and compare Mariah Carey and Beyonce, and maybe who else who is iconic? Is Jennifer Hudson iconic? Yes, I believe she's iconic. One thing about vocalists, most of them had to do less of movement and more of vocal focus and delivery, and that's literally Mariah Carey. I don't believe she should do a lot of body movement if she's delivering with her vocals, and especially with the whistle and everything. Imagine if she was jumping around doing the stunts and the matrix dance like Ciara. If you were to compare Ciara and Mariah Carey to disrespect their pack, I know you guys, Mariah Carey and Ciara. I can only imagine if you were to, in your wildest dreams, contrast and compare Mariah and Ciara. I know Mariah Carey is highly revered, adored, because of her vocal dexterity and delivery and her songs and whatnot. She's a master of killing it when it comes to music composing, writing, storytelling, love, heartbreak, emotions and whatnot, but body movement less. I also believe that people like Ciara, she had to, because of her vocal dexterity and her vocal I'd say power delivery, she has to do a lot of stunts so that she keeps people entertained, and that's why she's good for the matrix dance. Ciara doesn't have a body and doesn't have a bone in her body. She's bad to the bone. But Mariah Carey, all she has to do is just stand right there in a beautiful gown and give you the whistles, and everybody will be entertained. But Beyonce on the other side has to do the stunts. She has to do the singing, the vocal delivery, and as well as dress in the diva hush kamush kamush, she has to be the diva, and I think for Beyonce is something else. Like, her art is totally different from these other ones, and if you were to actually contrast the three, those are totally three different planets that can never meet. Mariah, Ciara, now that I mentioned her, and then Beyonce. Oh, good Lord. But yeah, was Whitney Houston a dancer? Yes, I wanna dance with somebody. Yeah, I think she's dancing in the video. Yeah. But Mariah Carey, they're saying she tried to dance in the honey video. I think she looked like, she was just moving, yeah. But previously, before, I think in her early formative years, Mariah Carey said she used to dance. But she said, in the interview with Andy Cohen, she said it's not something that she's ever signed up for. But also, if you look like people like Patti LaBelle, Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan, at some point, she's danced, yeah. What is her name? Stephanie? Stephanie dance. And many other icons or legendary musicians who. Aretha, was Aretha a dancer? I don't think so. Did she? Are there any of her videos where she's danced? Yeah. Please let me know. But whoa. And then you know her beef with Jennifer Lopez. But she doesn't remember her. She don't know her. You know, I remember when Williams at some point had to reignite that feud and said, you know, and Jennifer Lopez told her she's forgetful. She doesn't. You know, she knows Mariah Carey forgets about her. Hey, man. Wow. But anyways, she's beautiful, she's amazing. I'd say she looks a little bit uncomfortable. You know, there's some sort of discomfort because she's been on some sort of like a media tour, like I've said. I don't know, maybe she's medicated, or maybe she's tired, or maybe she had some sort of surgery, or